So I've used quite a bit of tire applicator pads in the past, just trying to see what works best. You know, some are either too small, too big, too cheap, not stiff enough. And I've gone through like 3 or 4 applicator pads. I just looked through them right now, but I think I threw them all away just because there was no need for me to keep them because they were crap. So in this video, I'm going to talk about, at least as of right now, my the tire applicator pad I think is the best out of all the ones I've tried. And that's the Adams Hex Logic. I think that's what it's called, applicator pad. And this is by far the best tire applicator I've used in the past a very long time. I think it retails for like $8-9 bucks, I believe. I've used this on at least now 50 plus vehicles or something like that. I don't know. I don't even know where I got that number from. 50, 60, 70, I have no idea. But it's an absolutely amazing applicator pad because the foam itself is not soft, but just dense enough to feel secure in your hand. I'm wearing gloves because there's dressing all over it, so my hands, I'm not trying to get my hands dirty right now while I make this video. But yeah, so the way I apply dressing, so I only use this for tires though. If it's any plastic trim across the vehicle, I'll use a separate towel. If it's for the engine bay, I'll use a towel. So this is strictly for tires. So what I do is I always have this on. This is Meguiar's Hyper Dressing. Highly recommend it. On the spray setting, I'll spray onto the brush. Right, usually get an edge because I'm working the tire with you know on the edge side here. And I'll apply the tire dressing. Now, I've used this one for the past 5-ish months, like I said, I think. So, I don't know, 50, 60, 70 cars, I have no idea. And it's been holding up great. It's foam, it's very dense, but still soft enough to be, you know, pliable and kind of conform it to the tire. Now, you're never gonna find an applicator pad perfect for like bigger, meatier sidewalls, like on trucks or Jeeps or any bigger tire. This is usually for just for like soft, smooth sidewalls. If it's a bigger size tire with a lot of those grooves in it and those like those wedges on the sidewall, then I'll still use this applicator pad, but I'll follow it up with a brush to get in between the details and all those grooves on the sidewall. So for like, you know, compact vehicles, sedans, coupes, you know, regular trucks, great. When you got those beefy tires, it still works, but regardless, I haven't found a applicator pad that's gonna fit within all those grooves. So I'll follow it up by either spraying it into the actual tire lightly and then applying it with a small brush. Now I'm probably gonna order 2 or 3 more just because it's not tearing at all, but there's just little rips here, probably my fault because I get rather aggressive with it. But as of now, this is my applicator of choice for tires. When it comes to dressing the trim on the vehicle, I'll use a different towel altogether. Like I won't use this. Same thing for the engine bay. I won't use this applicator pad because it's although it's great, it's still very just one-dimensional, right? On a flat surface, it's hard to get into detailed areas, too big to get underneath or side or in tight spaces. So for trim, for the engine bay, I'm gonna use a towel and a brush. I would definitely won't use this for the interior because it's already touched the tires. And you know, as much as you clean the tires, there's still some dirt in here to some extent. So it's, you know, it's technically kind of dirty because there's gonna be dirt in here. So specifically reserved for the tires, not even the fenders. For the fenders, I'll either just spray the dressing onto the fenders, or again, I'll use a separate towel to dress the fenders. And I don't know if anyone else does this, but because, you know, there's dressing on it, you know, I always keep it in a separate bag. This bag is all beat up and dressed up too, but I'll just, every time I use it, I'll just put it back into the bag and kind of keep it separate from everything. Just that way, just, you know, because it has all the dressing on it, so it's a little slippery and such. So I'll just put it away in the van, like somewhere aside, away from everything else. And I just found this. So this is the Chemical Guys, don't know what it's called, but this is one of their wax applicator pads. It's double-sided. It's like 2 pads in one. As you can see, it looks like it's 2, but it's actually just 1. I'm not gonna grab it because my hands are greasy, or not greasy, but I'm dressed with this tire dressing. But I actually used to use this as an entire applicator pad. So this is great. I highly recommend it. But also think if you have like a clean, I don't think I have one, but if you have like a clean or a used wax applicator pad, and you know, assuming like you don't want to spend much money, it's just like your personal vehicle or something, then if you have a used wax applicator pad that you no longer need, then clean it out really good with, you know, APC, and clean it out, and then try to use that as an applicator pad for your tires. Or if you have a clean one like this, use this one as an applicator pad. You know, I know it's not specifically made for that, but I literally use this exact one, like this, the second one here, as the applicator pad for a pretty good while, and it worked. Like, it actually did work great. It was just kind of cumbersome because there wasn't really like a handle to grab, so that's the only reason. But it worked great for just, you know, using it for a completely different application. So just use that. I mean, you can even use a towel to dress the tires. I've done it in the past where, like, for some reason I forgot my applicator pad somewhere and I only had towels. I've dressed tires with just a towel. You can still do it if, you know, again, this is assuming like you don't want to spend money or you want something right now, then you can use something like that as well. But yes, highly recommend the Adams Hex Logic, I think that's what it's called, applicator pad. If you have any questions, comments, leave those in the comment section down below, and I will see you on the next video.